Hello everybody, and once again this is Fragger from AchievementHunter.com. I am here to continue our little guide on how to beat Mass Effect 2 on Insanity. Where we had last left off was we had just finished recruiting more and we hit level 8, so what you want to do is make sure that your stats kind of look like mine right now, but you want to make sure you get Hardened Adrenaline Burst as quickly as possible, because when you have that, you take 50% less damage when you're in Adrenaline. Very useful. Now, about a third of the way through Grunt's recruitment mission, you're going to bump into this section and fight about 12 Krogan. Now, follow this method, which is get a headshot with Adrenaline Burst, use Concussive Blast from Garrus, and then use Incinerate on them if they have any health left or armor left. It'll help you burn through them quicker. Now, at one point, you're going to be going around through the mission, and you're going to bump into this, which is, oh look, it's a sniper rifle on the ground. Make sure you pick this up. It's a sniper rifle upgrade. You need it. And now for the end of Grunt's mission. Now you can see here, I let the door open and close very quickly. Reason being is when you're playing as a non-soldier class, you can actually very easily highlight your door after doing that, and you're able to get a free attack in. It's very useful, especially if you are like a Vanguard or an Adept. Now, the main thing you're going to be fighting in this area, at least in what I'm going to be showing you, is going to be 4 Krogan. Now, these Krogan are probably the more difficult part of this mission, just because they come very quickly, and you know, you want to make sure you kill them quickly, because the only thing that can actually get you on this upper level. Now, killing the first one, just kill them quickly or slow, whatever you decide to do. The really one you want to be careful with is the second one, because you want to make sure that once he's dead, you're mid-running over here, because of this. You see, that didn't take me very long to get over here, and this one's already halfway over to me. Now, this can happen if you're not careful. Now, that's one of the reasons why you want to have your Adrenaline Rush all the way up, especially by now, because 2 rockets in the chest will kill you on this difficulty. And one of the things I've noticed is when you're fighting these 4 Krogan, try to save Garrus's concussive shot until you really, really need it, because it's a great way to knock one down and then just start pelting him in the face with sand, which is what the guns in Mass Effect actually use for ammo, is a sand-based substance. And that allows you to take down a Krogan, you know, with very little danger to yourself. Now, once the last one's dead, what you want to do is start whittling away at your door. A few headshots should do it. And then just start working on the Yimmermech. Now, the problem with saving the Yimmermech for last is the Yimmermech can very easily kill you as opposed to Jador. But killing the Yimmermech while Jador is sniping you is even harder. And now for the last in the initial group of recruitment missions, Jax. So, throughout the mission, you're going to fight 2 Yimmermechs, which are fairly easy, so that's why I didn't show them. But what you're going to eventually get to is his boss. Now, there's a little trick to it. Hide your behind cover until you see that little destructible icon pop up. Use your Adrenaline Rush so that you can take less damage while you're popping your head up with all those enemies, and make sure you shoot it down. Now, switch to your Assault Rifle once your Adrenaline Rush has come back. Use it, and move to cover. That's a really good idea to use Adrenaline Rush to move from cover to cover, because, you know, you take half damage. Take out the next of these. Very easy to do. The last one is a little trickier if you don't know the exact trick. Go to the barrier that I'm at, all the way to the left, bring up your sniper rifle, and you should just be able to make it. There you go. Now he's completely free. Now, if you just kill the boss, the fight is over. And you can see he does take a bit less damage than you're used to when you're fighting an enemy, especially with your sniper rifle. But having at least 8 shots will let this guy die with no dignity at all, because you're sniping him. I miss a few times because, you know, I'm in Adrenaline Rush and I'm taking hits, and this is a good time for me to talk about Adrenaline Rush. I have found that I die more often than not sniping in Adrenaline Rush because I cannot tell that I'm taking hits. So, always be very wary of doing so. Also, if you don't know Adrenaline Rush that well, if you forget to reload before you pop the Adrenaline Rush, then, yeah, you don't get to take another shot. It's pretty awesome. So you can see here, this guy's pretty much dead. Just one more hit should kill him. There we go. He's dead. You can see now it's actually fading to black in the game itself. I'm not doing that. And there's our saving content. Now, after you fight Husks for the second time on Horizon, you're going to see a dead collector on the ground. Make sure you examine him and get a heavy skin weave. Those are incredibly useful in this game. Now, a little bit later on, there's going to be a collector beam on the ground. You can theoretically miss it, so make sure you pick that shit up, because you're going to need it for the rest of the game. And now, for the end of Horizon. This part sucks. So, what you want to do mainly is have out a shotgun and rush to the left. Now, on this left-hand side, there's going to be a single husk that's going to pop up. Adrenaline Burst, shotgun him in the face with the Inviscerator, which is a great shotgun. Make sure you get that DLC. Now, for these two scions, what you want to do is focus on one, use your party's abilities whenever they're available, and just keep hammering the shit out of this one scion. What should happen is before one of them reaches you, you should kill it, but you won't be able to kill the second one in that time. Now, this is one of the main reasons why you want to have the Eviscerator shotgun is because of these husks. When they get close to the Eviscerator, popping an adrenaline burst allows you to kill them incredibly easy, as you can see here. I'm able to kill 2 in one burst, which is very good. Now for the fight that I know that everyone doesn't like, fighting a Praetorian. Now, the first time you fight a Praetorian, which is of course here in Freedom's Progress, he isn't too difficult to fight. It's the second time you fight him is a bitch. But what you really want to do is pick a weapon to hammer against his barrier. I tend to use the particle beam, but I'm using this rifle here for this moment just because of the fact that I know I'm going to be moving to the first bit of cover. Now, this bit of cover here will actually fully defend you against his I-beams, which is very useful. Now, another thing you're going to be fighting here, which is the death of your teammates, which is going to happen a lot. Especially if you've got a soldier class like Garrus or Grunt. They will die very quickly. Somebody like Mord doesn't tend to die that often. It's kind of weird. Now, eventually, you're going to have to move to another bit of cover, which I'm about to do here. I try to wait until he's done firing his I-beams, initiate adrenaline rush, move away, and what happens is if you kind of move when I did, like right after he's done firing his I-beams, you'll be able to get 2 adrenaline rushes in the time it takes you to get to cover. But pretty much just move in a circle around him, a giant circle in fact, and just keep hammering away his shields and his armor. But yeah, just try to use only the collector beam against his barrier and you should be fine with ammo. There is 2 ammo boxes around, and since Praetorian is the final part, and if you have any of those ammo boxes left, abuse the crap out of them. Now, once you get your second group of dossiers, I always pick Tali'Zorah as the first person to recruit, just because of the fact is her combat drone is ridiculously effective in most fights, because so many times it saved my ass. But we'll get more into depth on your final squad makeup later on. Now, what you mainly want to do is go to the right in this final area, after Cal Rieger tells you to go fight the Colossus. And on the right-hand side, hug the left-hand wall, and you're never going to be in sunlight. You'll be able to really easily take out enemies. Right now, my squad is in the middle, taking out the rest of the Geth, while I move from cover to cover, timing my shots and my movements to the Geth Colossus' main gunfire. Now, after a little more fighting, you're going to eventually make it all the way up to the top of this platform. And up here is usually when I lose one or both of my squad mates while I'm fighting these last 3 guys, because what happens is they tend to get swarmed. So be very cautious of your squad's health this time. You can see they're slowly dying. Garrus just got killed. I'm taking out these last few guys. And once the last one's dead, you know you're about to get attacked from behind. I'm paying attention now, you can see that. So, one of the main things you really want to pay attention is your squad in this area. But, you know, that should be something you're paying attention to the whole game anyways. I shouldn't have to tell you that. Now, once you're taken care of from behind, you really do want to make sure you have your squad with you, because fighting a Colossus by yourself, you know, is incredibly feasible and incredibly easy, but, you know, it'll take a lot less time when you have people by your side. So we've only got a few Geth here left before you take out this Colossus, and I can show you the really easy trick that allows you to beat this Colossus with absolutely no effort. But you can see killing Geth isn't too hard, and it's just like killing anything with shields. Now, see where I'm standing? Shoot from here, because watch what happens. It can't hit me. Can't hit me at all. And that's pretty hilarious. But that should do it for this part of this walkthrough. I'll see you for the next part. See you later, guys.
I assumed that you were undercover, Shepard. Maybe even planning to blow Cerberus up. If that's the case, I'll loan you a grenade. Otherwise, I'm here for you.